Alright fellas, what is up? Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. It is always greatly appreciated. Hope it's going well. And I'm back with a Halo 6 discussion. Now, in an interview with Bonnie Ross, the head of 343, she stated that Halo 6 would contain a less convoluted story. Alongside that, she said that there will be split screen in all future Halo games, but I've already covered that. But I want to cover something that not many people were talking about, and that is her statement on Halo 6 containing a less convoluted story. So I kind of want to talk about exactly what this means and what it means for the future of Halo games. So let's start off with just looking at Halo 5. That game got a lot of shit because of how complicated the story was. There was a lot of characters, a lot of stuff going on. So the fact that Bonnie Ross has come out and said that Halo 6 will contain a less convoluted story, and she has stated that she understands now that people want to play as Chief in the mainstream Halo games. This does give us a bit of an idea as to how Halo 6 will play out. So from these comments, we can guarantee that for the majority of the game, unlike 5, we will be most likely playing as Chief, because they do know this and they've obviously stated that. So we can pretty much say without a shadow of a doubt that we will be playing as Chief throughout the majority of the game. Now, I personally don't mind playing as other characters, but I would rather they do it like they did in Halo 2, because you could also play as the Arbiter in that game, but it was pretty much exactly 50-50, maybe an extra 2 missions you play as Chief, but it was pretty much 50-50. But in Halo 5, it was 20% Chief, 80% Locke, and that's what people don't like. So the fact that they have stated that they do get that people want to play as Chief more than other characters, that is good that they understand that, and we can pretty much guess that in Halo 6 we will be playing as the majority of time as Chief. But getting back to that less convoluted story, this pretty much means that because of Halo 5, to really understand what was going on in 5, you really needed to read the books and understand the whole lore, because Halo's more than just the video games, right? It's this whole big transverse, because that's what it's called. A transverse is when you have more than one media that's in this big universe. So you have the books, you got the TV shows, the lore, and obviously the video games as well. So to really understand 5 and how these characters all got to these positions like Blue Team and Fireteam Osiris, you really did need to read the books. So I think that 343 do understand now that they do need to explain this in the video game, because I would say 80% of people who play the video games don't read the books. They don't follow the lore like I do, but the majority of people don't. So that's where the Halo 5 criticisms came into, is that people didn't really understand what was going on. So 343 now know that to explain a better story, it does need to be less convoluted and more kind of all in this one game. That's what they need to do, and the fact that they've come out and said that Halo 6 will contain a less convoluted story and we will be playing as Chief more often, that is a good thing, fellas. So we've got to take these statements and think extremely positively about them, because this is 343 pretty much saying that yes, we screwed up with 5 and now we're going to take these screw ups and learn from them. Because me personally, I enjoyed Halo 5. I thought the story was extremely interesting and it set up Halo 6 very, very well, but that's because I read the books, I know the lore, I know all the background to do with this series, so I do understand, or I did understand what was going on with Halo 5. Then I have to remember that the majority of people out there don't follow all the other transverse material. It's just the video games that the majority of people play. Now I do understand that, and all 343 has to do, in my opinion, is keep their story, like their story in the video games, self-contained, just like Bungie did, how Halo 1, 2 and 3 were its own story. And then Bungie also did the spin-off Reach. There was also Halo Wars that came out as well by Creative Assembly, all these spin-offs, but it fit perfectly well in the Halo universe, right? And that's what 343 needs to do. Like, they can do spin-offs, even give Agent Locke his own game as like a spin-off. That would be cool. Give Sarah Palmer her own game, just expand. Oh, Spartan Palmer, excuse my French. Just give all these characters their own games and expand on the world, but also have all the books and stuff as well. But the main games, they need to be self-contained, that people playing them actually know what's going on without having to read all the kind of books and the background lore. If you guys get what I mean by that, and I do think quite a lot of people do agree with me, is that the 343 Halo stories aren't bad. It's just they need to remember that the majority of people playing the games don't read the books, they aren't following the background lore, and that's all they need to remember. And I think Halo 6 is going to be incredible because they're taking the criticisms from 5 and they're going to fix them in 6. So be sure to comment down below, and if you guys agree with me, if you don't, be sure to let me know what you guys think. Be sure to hit that button to enable alerts, so whenever I upload a video you'll be sure to be alerted when I do that. And be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you fellas on the next one. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.